friends, one of the most common questions I get on these videos when I use a chainsaw is how do you sharpen it? Well, I kind of cheat. I do use a jig, and this right here is a 2-in-1 file sharpener. Stihl makes these, but they don't make one for the 404. That's the size chain I run in my 880. Therefore, I've got to look for a different brand. I'm not sure who makes this. It's made by, actually, it's made in Germany by P.F.E.R.D. Ferd, I think that's how you pronounce that. I may be totally wrong. But they're the only ones that I know of that makes a 2-in-1 sharpener for a 404 chain. Most people don't run a 404 chain. It's only on the bigger saws like this 880. But this right here, guys, will save you a lot of headaches when you sharpen your chainsaws. It will make it go a lot faster, and you'll find that your results are better, in my opinion, than freehanding one of them. So I'll go over it a few times and I'll look at it, and if I see the burr on the top plate of the tooth, that usually means I'm done. Right, so this saw is done. I started on this one last night and I just finished it up. I try not to do it all at one time because I kind of get bored with it, to be honest with you. I'll put it in my vise, I'll sharpen on it for one evening for maybe 20 or 30 minutes, and I'll come back to it the next day and finish it up. I don't enjoy sharpening chain, put it that way. I do enjoy hot coffee. Alright guys, so the topic of this video is how to get things done. And I'm going to show you guys my method for getting things done here at the Sawmill. So I have found over the past few years of making YouTube videos which put your production really low as far as getting things done, whether it be off camera or on camera, and I started writing things down. And I have found that if you write things down at the beginning of the day or the night before, that's when I usually do it. The things you put on your list, you'll get them done. Without writing them down, you won't get nothing done, it seems like. Everything's just a mess. I used to get up every day and think, all right, I want to saw 2 pine logs, maybe run the tractor and clean up some logs, and maybe sharpen a chainsaw. If I didn't write that stuff down, I wouldn't get none of it done. I may get a log saw, that'd be about it. But by writing it down and marking off the things you accomplished throughout the day, you're so much more productive. And I didn't really come up with this. I heard this on the Joe Rogan podcast about 4 years ago. Right here, friends, I'm telling you, I don't know how many times I could stress this or how important I could stress this with you people out there. Whether it be working on your house, your homestead like I do here, or whatever you're doing, if you write it down at the beginning of the day or the night before, you'll get it done and get it done a whole lot faster. So on my list for today, and I use a calendar for this, that way it's already synced up with the days of the week. It makes it a lot easier. So a few things I've already gotten done. The first thing I got done is I checked on the kiln this morning. It's running pretty good. I'm drying some black walnut right now. The second thing was finish up this chainsaw. I got that done. The third thing was charge up my radios. These little, if I can get out of the court. Handheld radios right here. I'm kind of a hobbyist, I guess, when it comes to radios. I like to get on there and scan around, see what I can listen to. So the next thing I need to do is get this little hour meter right here and mount this to the log splitter. We'll do that right now. Just about cut my arm off right then. I put my hand down on this sharp chain. Good thing I was going away from the chain. My goodness, I gotta be more careful, I tell you what. If I'd been going the other direction, there'd been blood everywhere. So there's one, I guess you would call it accessory, this log splitter did not come with, that I think it needs, and that's an hour meter. You need an hour meter on every small engine that you own because you need it for maintenance. You never know how many hours is on your machine as far as changing the oil or doing anything like that. Very important. It says it has a battery on here that will last 10 years, so hopefully we'll be in good shape for a long time. But this is just something that you can add to machines, and it's fairly inexpensive. I think this was like $10 on Amazon. And anything I talked about today, guys, I'll leave a link down below to Amazon. That's where I get most of my stuff at nowadays because fuel prices are so high. If I can get it delivered to the house, that's what I'm going to do. What are you guys out there paying for fuel right now? We traveled a little bit yesterday. I'm in Northeast Tennessee, and diesel is almost $6 a gallon here, almost. The highest that I saw yesterday on the interstate was right at $5.82. And that was down close to Knoxville. That was pretty high. I've never seen it that high before. And gasoline's not much better. But what are you guys out there paying for diesel? Be interesting to know, because it seems like nobody out there is getting a break. I'll tell you what. Alright friends, I got it mounted to where I want it, and the only way we're going to know if it works is to run this log splitter a couple of hours and see if it's in a good position for it to vibrate, for that sensor to go off to keep the hours counting. And I think right here on that battery box we should be in good shape right there. We may split some wood this evening. I don't have that on my list, but I think I got some free time tonight, so we'll probably do some log splitting toward the end of this video and see if this hour meter's in the right position. Alright guys, we got that done. Let's move on to the next thing. Go up here to the chicken house and install the electric fencing. It's hot out here today. Alright friends, another job done. Mark that one off the list. And now we're going to head back into the garage and do something I added on to my list today. Since we're going to be doing firewood tonight, I need to make sure both my primary chainsaws are sharpened up and ready to go. Guys, I'm going to try to cherry pick this hickory off the top of the pile right here. Sometimes it takes a time or two to get in there. That one's kind of tight. Ease up there just a little. There we go. It's an old nasty hickory right there, friends. Been on the ground for probably over a year and split in every direction. Here's one of the main reasons, guys, that this log is not good for the sawmill. It's got wind shake right there all the way around the core and a whole lot of checks on top of that. And if you look on the face right here, or the outside of the log, it's cracking up everywhere pretty much. This hickory right here would have been a decent saw log if I would have gotten on the mill when I brought it home. Been on the ground way too long. Now we're down here, there's more evidence of that wind shake going on right there. Still get some good firewood out of it, but this will be a waste of time to put on the sawmill. I forgot about it. Yep, that happens, guys. I'll tell you what, when you deal with the sawmill, you got logs coming in all the time. Sometimes you do forget about them. And in a case like this with hickory, you don't want to forget about hickory, guys, because that will happen to hickory every time. It does not last long at all on the ground after you bring it in from the forest. There we go. If you're going to be building something with hickory, bear in mind it is not rot resistant. Now a lot of guys may think, oh, hickory, that's good stuff right there. It lasts a long time. It's nice and strong. You know, they use it for axe handles. Well, that's true. They do use it for axe handles, but you don't leave your axes out in the weather. You bring them in when you're done for the day. Therefore, when it comes to hickory, you might want to go ahead and think about using something different that's more water resistant, or rot resistant rather, if you're going to build something with it.